Hey, welcome to an episode of Willis Talk. This sadly is becoming a case in the news as of late that shootings keep happening by law enforcement. Um, I'm not so sure that the statistics show that there's been an increase in shootings done by officers. What I would say more by what I have seen of statistics is that the publicity of the officers shooting people have just been more pronounced, especially more of lately with people of other ethnic groups other than white. And it has become quite an epidemic, especially with a few of these, including even this shooting here, which you can see in the video that just started playing. You can go to this website, and there is some volume when it gets to the actual stop. But as you watch here, the one officer that you were seeing the dash cam from came up on the other officer coming off of a side road following the stolen vehicle. The one officer stops good and proper, but the other officer fails to pull up, blocking this car from backing out. They didn't appear that they were going to really try to do much, and, well, then they see guns. Who isn't going to try to run when you see a mess of guns? And then they're trying to stop a vehicle with the gun standing in front of it. That's just not right. Anyway, that's kind of... where's your brain? Vehicle weighs way more than you do. Let you read this. And could have pulled the vehicle up there. They could have just continued to follow the vehicle till the vehicle ran out of gas. They would have been able to take the teens then, either because they would have left the vehicle and they could have shot rubber bullets at the lower extremities, or if they did not see any weapons at all, they could have taken them down, or even I've heard some of those tasers have pretty good long distance. Yes, each one of those have a possibility of killing, but the chances of it is extremely low, especially to young individuals. There is tons of body armor. If they decided, I'm going to hold up in the car, fine. Just hold up in the car as long as you want. They're going to get out eventually. They're going to get hungry. Officers are taking too much right into the advantage. They're not being switched out like they should be. They're not using the radio communication devices like they should be. When another officer senses another officer is getting a little frustrated, and you can tell, they start saying things like what they did there in that video, saying blank, blank, blank. They're doing this before that. They're getting violent in their own language, like this little twerp, this little bastard is going to run for it. They're saying things like this through their things. You ever have a radio in your house that picks up law enforcement's I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it picks up law enforcement's radio signals. Scanner, I believe they called it. My grandpa had a lot of it, and I heard officers talking on those scanners saying different things, and some of the things you just knew that those officers were very mad at these individuals. It was obvious. They should never be ones that confront these individuals. They should be said, hold your position until someone comes to change. And that's exactly what should happen. Too much willy-nilliness has been going into law enforcement. Law enforcement is made up of individuals just like you and me. They have taken brief law degrees, basically, to know what to do in certain situations, what to make the arrests for. Their local place that hires them, whichever sheriff department that they wind up going to and working, or other facilities, dictate which crimes that they will focus mostly on. Even though other crimes may happen, this is not where their focus is, but they can charge the individual with that crime if they know of that crime. And most officers know of at least the basic crimes of robbery, breaking and entering, assault, pretty much a whole lot of the petty crimes and the big crimes too. They don't know the full details, they just know suspect, arrest, done. That's why you never tell a cop anything. But it's not because of that, it's because of their training. They are trained a certain way, and the training needs to change. We are progressed far beyond where standard officers can be the tolerable exception. We need a law enforcement that is now trained in all kinds of situations. They need to have full body armor. They need to have less than lethal weaponry. Every facility that they own, every vehicle that they own needs to be covered as much with video and audio as if you were in Las Vegas, Nevada, Casino Central. Nothing goes without being recorded. And this should go unsaid through all of our agencies that have any control over the general population. This should go for the district attorney's offices. This should go for the courthouses, fire stations, police stations, public facilities, DHS facilities, schools, exception locker rooms, of course, and bathrooms in all these cases. Those would just pretty much you have a camera outside the door. If there's an incident that goes on inside the bathroom, you just pull in everybody that went into that bathroom during the time of the incident. That's as simple as it goes. There's where you can have privacy. Anywhere else, they need to have it recorded, audio and video. Even if the guy is just sitting at his desk doing paperwork, that should be recorded too. So good that you could zoom in on that camera and literally read that paperwork if necessary to see what that officer wrote down or that other individual wrote down on that paperwork. This thing should also be even in any kind of state or federal facilities as well. Most federal facilities are recorded that way, that are public access. When you go to Social Security, they can see anything that you do there. But I'm not so sure there's cameras behind the scenes. I've never been there. Have you? Let me know down in the comments, and let me know what you think about this tragic event, and what else you think that officers should be doing instead of what they are doing and being allowed to do. This is Willis, out.